So it looks like a lot of you felt the same way. Being a jack of all trades might be the way moving forward. But what are the benefits really of being a master of none, so to speak, in this world of having to hyper-specialize and having to niche down as much as possible? Is it worth it to be a jack of all trades? Let's get into it. Hey everyone, my name is Sergio and I'm a commercial photographer here in Victoria, BC, and I've shot everything I can think of to get to the point where I am today. And even at this point today, I'm still shooting a variety of different things. And as much as I like to say that I've niched down a little bit and I've kind of focused my type of shooting into a specific area, I still feel to a certain degree, at least compared to some, that I'm very much a jack of all trades. And I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. I'm fully employed and I have a full-time job as a photographer. So I think I've done the thing that I set out to do 5-10 years ago. But even though I've taken a lot from niching down in general, there's definitely been a lot that I've gained from being a jack of all trades, and I think there's something that you might benefit as well. For one, definitely is the ability to be super flexible and super mobile in a variety of different situations. I think a lot of my clients enjoy the fact that no matter where I am, I'm able to give the same quality results because I've been used to being in dingy places or just bad places and very good places. And when I'm gifted a very good location, sometimes it's just difficult not to take a good photo. And I'm sure you guys feel the same way. But that doesn't mean that, being in a environment that you feel uncomfortable over and over again, God damn, I gotta stop saying that. But being in an environment that makes you uncomfortable is a good thing, and it makes you a lot more flexible and versatile as a photographer. Even if it's not shooting the type of shots that you want to take, or in the subject you want to shoot, or even if it's not the type of shot that you'd like to be doing full time or all the time, try to find a little piece of, a little nugget of something that you do enjoy that you can bring back or that you can learn from and use in the type of photography that you do like to do. So for example, let's take me. I shoot mostly in a studio with a camera on a tripod, and I want to go shoot some birds with a friend of mine. What can I grab out of being, waking up early in the morning and camping out with a 300mm lens, waiting for a specific interaction that might never come? What can I learn from that, or what can I take from that experience and bring it back to my commercial workflow? Well, for one, maybe patience. Patience is one, but also set and setting, let's say. Sometimes I am so stuck in this headspace of knowing that I can shoot anything anywhere that I forget the fact that having a good location sometimes is really neat, or being at the right spot at sunrise, or doing that extra little bit of effort that puts you in a better shooting environment. Sometimes it's kind of worth it. So yeah, just taking something out of, even if you're not shooting something that you shoot full time or you want to shoot all the time, just take it and learn something new from it. Bring it back to the type of shots that you do like to take. Next, when it comes to being a jack of all trades, you're going to be making so many more connections in different industries that you probably wouldn't have if you just niche down. If I was shooting just restaurants, I'm only going to meet restaurant owners and chefs and people in that world. But if I'm shooting food brands or with, kitchen appliances or cookware, things like that, that kind of broadens my scope of what I can work with. By opening up my shooting to different industries, I'll be making connections in all these different industries just by being able to provide a service for them. At the end of the day, we're tradesmen. We're, just our skill happens to be kind of creative and artistic in a way. But for the most part, we're the same as a drywall layer or something like that. So just see the industries in which you could be useful and at least keep them somewhat synergistic with what you do like to shoot, maybe not go from cookbooks to portraits to street photography, and even though I'm laying out all the things that I like to shoot, but maybe that's not the best way to go about things, but at the very least, just keep yourself in a lane where, the different types of shooting that you do all help you as a photographer help you grow as a photographer. When you're being a jack of all trades, you're not just shooting 9 to 5 in the same environment over and over again, or you're not just shooting just the weddings that you do on a Saturday. When you're a jack of all trades, you get to practice shooting at night, shooting during the day, shooting with flash, shooting without flash, shooting documentary style, shooting studio style. And the more and more you do it, the more you'll grow as a photographer. You'll be much better in a bunch of different environments because the next time you do it, you'll be better than the first time. And even if it's your first time trying a new avenue or taking on a job that you wouldn't otherwise take, just accept it and try to go in that world and just do the best you can and see how it feels and see if you enjoy it. If you don't, that's cool. Just try another avenue. But if you do, that might be something to be, that's worth exploring. And it's not until you do this for years and years and maybe even decades that you realize, okay, now I've been shooting a lot of this, I have a lot of connections in this type of industry, maybe I can further niche down. But you want to be a jack of all trades as long as possible. You want to be shooting for free as long as possible. You want to be able to grow as a photographer as long as possible, because that's what's going to make you way better. It's not, oh, I only shoot for 10K and don't ask me for anything less. Like, no, just see what benefits your schedule. If you got free time, do it for free. Who cares? But just put yourself out there and just shoot as much as possible, because you'll only benefit from it. If you don't, then that's a problem with you. I don't think that's going to happen. As a jack of all trades, I think, I wouldn't have made any of the connections and the growth I've had as a photographer over the last decade of shooting. I think it's very, very beneficial to, just put yourself in an environment that you're uncomfortable and just do the best you can. That's how you definitely push yourself to shoot something that you're not used to shooting and maybe see something from a different viewpoint. The very best photographers that you see that are always shooting the same thing in the same style and every picture looks the same, to get to that point, they've done everything under the sun. Unless there's some child prodigy that knew exactly what they were doing. To get to a point where you're only shooting one thing, they've all been jack of all trades, so to speak. They've all done everything under the sun, and it's not until it starts to gradually get smaller and smaller and smaller, niching down and becoming a slight thin wedge of, they've been shooting for 40, 50 years, millions of photos taken, thought of, created. Yeah, they like what they like at this point, sure, good for them. But you're not there yet. You're probably not there yet. So just take in every job you've got, take in every opportunity that you can, and you'll be a better photographer. Anyway. Thanks for watching this week, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. I think a lot of you guys aren't when I look at the analytics. Not that I dive too deep in there, but I think there's like a good 80% of you that aren't subscribed. So give me a little subscribe. Let me know you like these videos, and I'll see you in a couple days. Later.